everyone, I'm back again with another layout. This one I'm doing for sketch number 113, I believe, over at Sketch and Scrap. They are a sketchy kind of challenge blog, and I discovered them, I think, on Facebook, but it might have been Pinterest. And I can't say no to a good sketch, so I decided to play along with this one. Here you just see me going through my ginormous scrap box. This is all of my scraps, which I have seen people with more, but to me it's a very overwhelming pile. I have actually gone through and kind of sorted them out into a better system, I think. And I'll let you guys know if it works out. I'll let you know how I sorted my scraps out. But I'm just pulling out a few things that I think might work with this. So I am choosing this crepe paper Hello Love wood grain kind of chevron paper as my background. Those are just some perler bead creations that my oldest daughter has made for me, and I just really love them, so I decided to keep them in my videos. Here you just see me messing around with my photos. I printed them on my Canon Selfie and using the Pick Stitch app. It is an app that I got for free on the Apple Store, and it allows you to kind of, put a bunch of photos together and collage them in different ways. So you're going to see me kind of messing around with these because I want them to be square, and because the Canon Selfie kind of prints weird, the ones that were on the top and the bottom ended up being a little bit smaller than the ones in the middle. The ones in the middle were 2 by 2, but the ones on the top and the bottom ended up being like 2 by like 1 3/4 or something. So I had to cut all of the photos down so that they matched. So I'm just messing around with that. And the photos are of my two oldest children. Me and them had gone out for dinner one night when their dad was with our youngest, and there was a wait. And so we were in this like really busy, lobby area, and they grabbed my phone and just started taking all these selfies and goofing off and not caring that everybody's kind of giggling at them, and I just really loved that, so decided that it was a good story to scrap. And here I'm just mounting them on the back of a scrap piece of paper, and I don't know, this might be Amy Tangerine. I had gotten a pack of 8.5 and 11 like best of papers from Michaels a while back. They were one of their hot buys, so I got them for $5 and I got like 50 pages or something. So this one I had used most of the paper, and it's just really good quality cardstock, so I chose to use that to back these photos. And I'm trying to put them in a way to kind of tell the story or whatever. So the first photo kind of is a photo of them looking bored, and then they start goofing off, and then the last one is of me with them in the background, and it was just a really fun night. So here you're going to see me mess around with a bunch of the scraps that I pulled out. That diagonal stripe paper that I just trimmed down there, that is from We Are Memory Keepers Wildflower Collection. I really love that collection, and I thought that I wanted to use this paper, but it ends up being just not right. I do end up using it as a layer behind my photos, but not a big chunk like that. So you're just going to see me messing around with some of these other papers. I think that brown polka dot one it's like a glittery paper. I think it might be from like a Penny Lane collection from a long time ago. I don't end up using it. As you can see, I'm going through a giant mountain of scraps that I had pulled out. So then this paper is from My Mind's Eye Cut and Paste, and I really love that large herringbone pattern, and I don't think I've ever been able to use that side of the paper. I always end up using the other side, which is the blue floral or navy floral. I don't know why I can't use those. I love that pattern, but it just, I don't know, doesn't work out. So here, I just cut out a text or a strip of the text paper. It's from Pebbles Jen Hadfield Homemade Collection. And so I'm going to choose to use that as my main strip and then use the blue floral on either side of it. And here I'm going to mount those up on the diagonal stripe. So this layout gave me a lot of trouble with things not going down straight, and then my adhesive is a permanent adhesive and it really does not have any give, like you don't have any time to change your mind like you do with an ATG. I see people on YouTube, I don't have one, but I see people on YouTube all the time are able to pull things up. Yeah, not this glue. This glue is, once it's down, it's down. So you're going to see me struggle with this reality quite a bit coming up here. So I chose to kind of turn the sketch on its side because I felt like my photo strips were too narrow and they were getting kind of eaten up by that, by the pattern paper strips. That banner that I pulled out, it says today, and it is a Scraptastic exclusive that I had gotten in one of their kits when I belonged to their subscription. And this paper is Echo Park We Are Family paper, and this is one of those papers that I have hoarded forever, and I just cut out one flower at a time, and I just love that paper so much. But here I cut out all of the flowers because I am trying to make a point to try very hard to use up some of my scraps and some of the things that I have been just hoarding, and this is one of those things. So I use quite a few of the flowers on this page. And here comes the struggle. So I put that top strip on the first time and it was crooked. So then I put it on another time and it was crooked. And it's crooked again. So I pull it off again, and I don't even bother replacing that text paper because I figure once everything's on there, you're not going to really see it anyway. So there, that ends up straightening out, but now I'm going to struggle some more. So here I'm pulling in some washi tape because I wanted to add a little bit more color. Oh yeah, so here, mistake, I tried to cut off the branding strip and ended up cutting off too much. So then I decided, okay, I'll just back the layout on something. And I'm pulling out this, it's a Jen Hadfield Homemade Collection paper. It's just black with white polka dots. And I'm just gutting the center, gutting the center out so that I can use that for something else. And I have to cut down that strip because I don't want it overhanging onto the black because the navy, I thought that the navy would look kind of funny over the edge. So here comes the big, yeah, there you go. It just barely touches it and it just sticks. So I slowly peel it all off, and it does kind of rip in a few spots. So I take a black marker and I color in the areas you can see. And yeah. So very frustrated. I just end up tearing it off. I just had enough. I do end up using most of those scrap pieces to make some bows, so it ends up being okay. But I just went and got another piece of paper and started over because I was just so frustrated with stupid adhesive paper issues. So So now I'm just going to start working on figuring out where I want to put my embellishments and my title and everything. That bow there is one that I handmade, and it's out of the same text paper. And to hand make bows, what I do is I Google a bow template and I just pull it up on my computer screen and I kind of zoom in to make it the size that I want my bow. And then I take a piece of printer paper and put it right over my computer screen and trace it out. And then I cut that out and use it as a template. So I made a ton of bows. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see the picture that I took of it. Like, there was a lot of bows, and I made a bunch of different colors and tried to use my scraps up for that. So this washi tape is We Are Memory Keepers, and I got this when I bought the We Are Memory Keepers washi tape dispenser. I had found it at Office Depot, I believe, and it was on sale for $5. And it came with, like, I don't know, like 15 maybe, or 10 or something, different washi tapes, and they're different colors and different widths and different patterns, and I really love the washi tapes. So I just tear off some strips and put them at the top and the bottom. And now I'm messing around with these flowers, trying to figure out where I want to put them. And as you can see, I even cut out the little slivers of flowers from the edges of the paper because I, don't want to waste anything. So, and I like the way that this is looking, so I'm going to get some that is adhesive backed fun foam. And I thought I had bought it at the dollar store, but I couldn't find it when I went there last. So I did find some at Walmart. It was $4.97. You get like 40 sheets or whatever, and it has adhesive on the back. They do have a 100 sheet pack of fun foam that is not adhesive backed for $4.97 as well. But I figure for me the adhesive is worth it. So I'm just going to keep gluing these down, popping up some of them, leaving some of them flat. I do kind of ruffle up the edges of the flowers a little bit, just to make it stand out a little more. And now I'm going to try these out in a couple of places, but they end up back where they were. So, and then I'm going to pull out my letter stickers. I end up using, well, I wasn't sure what my title was going to be, but I finally settled on 20-minute wait. So I end up using these little tile stickers to spell out minute, and those are from Basic Gray Hey Boy collection, and they are actually like a really dark wood grain, and I absolutely love them. And I hadn't decided really how I was going to put my title yet, so I made the mistake of putting these little tile stickers down first. And then I'm using these glitter thickers. They are Sunny, I believe is what the type of thicker is called. So I spell out weight with those. And you're going to see me mess around with these letter stickers. I'm sorry, but they just were giving me trouble and would not go straight. And I kept feeling like they were unbalanced, and yeah. So I'm just going to mess around with that. And then I'm using the dots from the eyes and like exclamation points and stuff, because they always give you extra dots. And I'm just kind of spreading them around, putting them in the center of some of the flowers and in the center of the bow. And then I pull out these Freckled Fawn numbers that I had gotten when I belonged to or subscribed to their kits. I think I only subscribed for a few months, but I got these letters and I've hardly used any of them, as you can tell. So I thought they'd be perfect. And then I'm going to pull out some thread, and I kind of wish I hadn't done it because I don't really like the way it looks, but whatever. I'm not going to bother going back and pulling it off the page. I try out a red color to match that flower, but then I end up with a maroonish color instead. And then that will be it. You see in the photo that I do add some journaling at the bottom, and I use my Uniball Signo 307 pen, and it's a gel pen, and it's my absolute favorite pen ever. Well, right now anyway. And I just kind of tell the story that I already told you about the photos. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who takes the time to watch my video or comment, and I really appreciate all of the feedback and everything. And thank you to all my new subscribers, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and this layout and come back and see more. Bye!